white picture of my mom's basketball team. And so I grew up knowing that she started as a freshman. She was also part of integrating a predominantly white school. And so she would tell me about some of the struggles that were involved with that. And so I think that always I kind of wanted to make her proud. And I always felt like the bar, she never said that, but I always felt like the bar was going to be starting as a freshman and doing those other things. Although I played softball in high school as well, basketball was my first love. And ironically, one of those things when you've looked at that, something for so long, I did start as a freshman. And one of my most favorite years of all in sports was that freshman year when I was allowed to play on the junior high team and the high school team. I grew up in a small Class B school. And so absolutely loved that year where I was playing basketball 5 to 6 days a week.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. And, like you said, you just wanted to make her proud, even though she never said it, but you was trying to follow her footsteps. And that's pretty cool. So as I mentioned earlier, you're a Hall of Famer from your alma mater, with such honors as Player of the Week, OIC Scholar Athlete, OIC and District 9 All-Conference teams, and Northwestern Ranger Queen. What amazing accomplishments. How, with basketball classes, possibly campaigning for Ranger Queen, how were you able to juggle all this and keep your GPA up?
Well, it's one of those things that I absolutely loved college, and some of my friends from the Baptist Student Union, they were my sponsoring group for Ranger Queen. Okay. They talked me into it. And ironically, it's the first time that I learned that other people other people can see some things in yourself that you may not see at the time. Right. I never, ever considered myself Queen material at all. And I wouldn't have had the nerve to do it had some of my friends were like, hey, we'll help you with the posters. We'll help you. We'll back you. You can do this. Everybody knows you, but they didn't know me in that realm. And so I don't know. That was a very eye-opening and life-changing time for me as well. So to be voted in by my peers at a PWI meant a whole lot to me. Yeah. So yeah, but I always saw myself just as a jock, an athlete, a scholar. I did see those things as me, but a queen, I never saw that.
Well, you're a queen, sister. That's for sure. You are amazing. Just, researching and reading your bio, I was like, wow, she is amazing. And that's why I'm so excited that you're our very first guest. A.D. Rogers, you were inducted in the Hall of Fame in Langston in 1998. I believe 9 years after you graduated, or 8 or 9 years, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. How was that moment for you to be honored in that way?
No one really prepares you. It's like when you're excited about it, and I was honored. My family was there to see me inducted, but I was not prepared for the rush of memories as you're getting ready to thank those that have played a part in your induction. I just saw the hours and hours outside playing on a grass court, the excitement when my dad built my first goal. And it was big because he actually had a welder. I had the metal pole, everything, still had a grass court. But I mean, I looked at all the hours that were spent in the backyard and that had brought me to that point. The sacrifices that my mom and dad had made. We weren't rich by any means. My mom was a school teacher. And, all of that was full circle. And I just felt grateful to God that he allowed me to experience that moment.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, A.D. Rogers, you served 4 years as an athletic director for women's sports and was selected as AD of the Year for Region 6 in 2003. Now, I never knew there could be separate ADs for women and men's sports. Could you elaborate on that for me? I mean, why was it just for women's sport?
So at that point in time, we were at NEI Division I school. And so we split the responsibility. Part of my time, there were 2 years that the other men's AD.
They're being paid for the some money for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guarantee you, if you went to those players and say, hey, fellas, if we play these 2 games, you will get cost of attendance. I guarantee you the decision will be unanimous. Coach, let's play them. Let's play them.
Right.
Because the athletes are actually benefiting from it. But it's a two-edged sword. Even though you're playing those games to help those kids with the cost of attendance, you still put them out there. And AD was right. You still doing it's just doing it another way. You're still doing the exact same thing.
Well, I did answer yes to it when he posed that question. Yep. But then I think I came with something out of the field remark behind it. Because basically I said, hey, $1,000 versus 100, I'm gonna take the 1,000, but yes, I'm still taking one for the team. I believe it is that. But cost of attendance comparable to NIL. It can't. To me, NIL is quick and short term. Cost of attendance is something that could be long term. Wheeler, can you compare and contrast NIL versus cost of attendance, or is cost of attendance something that should be looked at more of doing it? Because Coach Banks, the director of Southern, he came on the show and talked about that's what Southern's trying to do for their student athletes.
I think cost of attendance has the ability to affect everyone, whereas NIL is going to affect only those players that are popular, that are marketable themselves, like starting quarterback, starting running back, your star receiver, or something like that. But, cost of attendance has an opportunity to affect everyone. And so, that's why the cost of attendance to me outweighs anything that NIL can bring to the table. Plus the fact that NIL is not, how can I put it, the longevity factor in terms of NIL is not there, as opposed to the longevity factor in terms of the potential of cost of attendance. So, you're able to, in my opinion, you're able to cover more ground if you're able to do cost of attendance than you are NIL, which only concerns itself with a certain number, a limited number of players, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because that's interesting, because you mentioned quarterbacks and they're getting those deals, their name recognition, but without those big guys up front.
Yeah,
what about O linemen, D linemen?
And these guys are only human. These guys are only human. And at what point in time does that doubt or whatever, jealousy or whatever it is you want to call it, kind of creep in? Here my jersey's getting dirty, and I'm keeping folk up off this guy, and he ain't even buy me a burger last week. So maybe I need to slip and fall on one to kind of who's in charge, who's actually in charge up there. And, maybe he'll start to share the wealth, or what is saying, the Godfather, wet my beak. Maybe he'll a little bit, So it's something that kids, kids nowadays, they think about those things. So, it's something to be thought about, that's for sure.
And we talked about it before, guys, and I will say this: I think it's a tough job, the director of athletics. They're the CEO of the athletic department. They got to have a good staff put together, and now, guys, with the mindset that we're in now, as far as the sports world, it's instant gratification. There's no honeymoon period. And even whether you're in the SIAC or CIAA, the SWAC, it's kind of different now. It's win and win quickly. How do you combat that?
We are going to be playing Who's Most Likely To. here with the insanely talented cast of 80 for Brady.
Most likely, in any case, it would be Rita.
To do most anything. Taking this one, he's cute.
Who is most likely to sneak into a football game?
Well, you can start by letting us through.
Sally.
Sally.
Hey, what?
No, right, Mark, no,
Come on
no,
now.
no.
Who's most likely to break character during filming?
Rita.
Rita.
How do I do that?
Oh, come on.
I didn't know it was going to come out.
Who's most likely to dance like no one is watching?
Sally.
Lily runs a close second.
You were so funny in that dance sequence.
Oh my God.
You really had me wetting my knickers.
Rita, don't bring up your knickers again in this conversation.
I did want to talk a little bit about bowls, and people have asked questions about the Celebration Bowl.
Artis Maddox and his Benedict Tigers ready for action on a Monday night in the SIAC. We welcome you to the Benjamin E. Mays HRC Arena. Columbia, South Carolina is electric, ladies and gentlemen, as we got college basketball coming your way in the men's division. That's right, the SIAC East is packed with some talent. And Benedict Tigers near the top of the SIAC East in second place, one game back of Savannah State, who is underway as they take on Morehouse this evening. We'll keep you abreast of that. I'm Charles McNeil. Pleased to be joined by Miles China, our talented color analyst. The Tigers, 14-9 is their overall mark, 12-5 in the conference, 8-5 on their home floor, facing the Albany State Rams, as Albany State, under direction of Patrick Gale in his second season. Out of the University of Memphis, Coach Maddox from Mountain State University. Those are the talented coaches that are going to be matching wits in this one. Benedict averaging 72 points a game. They're shooting at 44%. That is third in scoring and second in field goal shooting percentage. Their three-point shooting is 33% on the season. They find themselves in last place in the conference. Free throw shooting at 63%. Rebounding, they're third at 38 boards a game, and assists, they're number one with 13 dimes dropped a contest. 7 steals, 2 block shots, 15 turnovers for the Benedict Tigers. As for Albany State, the Rams, they score 62 points a game. That's 10 less than Benedict. Shoot 38%. That's 6 worse than the Tigers, and three-point shooting at 33%, deadlocked with the Tigers shooting from distance. 67% from the line, 4 better than Benedict. 31 rebounds, that's 7 fewer. 9 assists, 4 fewer. 7 steals, both teams at that number. Blocks at 2 and turnovers at 15, all tied there as we bring in Miles China. The Rams have made 9 NCAA tournament appearances as a program, the last one in 2007, so they desperately would love to get back. But this 7-16 record probably will hold them from that unless they make a run in the SIAC tournament. This is one of these matchups that we know is always a good one to look forward to as we prepare you for the Keys to Victory. Brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. Your keys, rebound on both ends.
Rebounds on both ends. Offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding is very one thing Artis Maddox preaches from his team. You have talented rebounders. I call him Mr. Double-Double himself, Malachi McCoy. He wants his team to offensive rebound. And if you can't get the offensive rebound, if you can't get the defensive rebound, knock it out of bounds. Just stop the momentum from going back to Albany State.
Defense.
Defense, like you said, defense without fouling is one of the particular things that he talked about. He likes to play. He likes when players are very close up on the guy, not giving him much room to breathe. And he likes to run a trap type of defense, and so that's one thing also that Benedict wants to accomplish today.
We talked about the turnovers, both teams turning it over 15 times. That'll be a number you'll be watching throughout.
Yes, sir. 15 times. That's one thing Artis Maddox was talking about. It's a difference between having forced turnovers and turnovers caused by just great defense. Because sometimes they're going to play great defense on you. They're going to cause you to do some errors, but throwing the ball away and just giving it to the other team and not paying attention to where your teammates are on the court is going to be a big part of today's game.
And then the bonus.
Put the ball in the basket. That's usually how you win. That's usually how you win basketball games, right there. So,
yeah, most any sport at all, you got to get that ball wherever it needs to go. In this case, inside the net. Well, this has been a fantastic run for the Tigers here of late. As we said, 14-9 record. Just a few days ago, they found themselves with just 10 victories. But of their last 5 games, 4 of them have really come down to the wire, being decided by 5 points or less.
Now when it's decided by 5 points or less, that's one of those close games. It's always, because usually if you watch Benedict basketball, it's always Benedict usually has a double-digit point lead going into the last, I want to say 5 to 7 minutes of the game, and after that you start getting lazy and players start. I'm pretty sure you've heard this before. Don't play so you're not playing to win, or you're playing not to lose. Play to win. Don't play to not lose, if you get what I'm saying.
As we mentioned it a few moments ago, Patrick Gale, his team has struggled this year. 7-16 is their overall mark, 7-10 in the SIAC East. That's good enough, though, for 4th place thus far, and they're tied with Fort Valley with a 4th with that 7-10 record. They're 5-8 on the road thus far this year as well. And Albany has won, though, 4 of 6 since they last met the Tigers. The Rams' last win versus Benedict in the SIAC tournament happened with a 67-62 victory. You might remember Mario Young, who had 21 points in that win on January the 14th in Albany. The Tigers prevailed 68-59. Malachi McCoy with a double-double, 18 points, 13 rebounds. He was 9 of 10 in the game in field goals. So an efficient shooting day by Malachi McCoy. 12 in the game for Brandon Smith. It was 11 for Tim Moore, 3 players in double figures. The Rams were led by Sammy Mikes, 16 points and 7 rebounds off the bench, as he'll be part of your Star Watch, Sammy Mikes, for this Rams team.
Yes, sir, Sammy Mikes, man. Dangerous player. He can do everything. He can shoot, he can rebound, he can defend, he can facilitate. When he decides not to score, he's locking down your best player. He can guard all 1 through 5. He's an annoying player. You hate to play with him. You hate to play against him. You love playing with him. So that's somebody that Benedict will have to watch out for.
The Benedict band is here. And so are the fans on our side of the court. You might not see as many on the players' side, but a student body is here in full force as they are here to bring you all the pageantry, all the fun, and all the excitement that is Black College basketball, and especially on a Monday night. I know Miles is excited. We are at 12 minutes on the clock. The Rams players clad in their blue uniforms with the gold numerals. Albany State sketched across the front against Benedict in their white uniforms with the purple and gold. As we're just about ready for action, this should be a beautiful one, ladies and gentlemen. Should be a lot of fun. Malachi McCoy set the jump tip. It's in the air, and this one is underway from the Benjamin E. Mays HRC in Columbia, South Carolina. Let's get ready to party. First possession for Albany State. Bounce pass into the post. That's Maurice Dixon. Dixon turns, drives, gets in close, and lays it up and down.
That's a great job right there. Keeping the ball low and able to get it up over 2 defenders, Malachi McCoy and Felix Gu.
6'7" junior out of Memphis. And the leading scorer for his team amongst players that get it done. He, along with Malik Parker, getting opportunities, and that's Parker's first attempt. Gob Gabriel with the yo-yo, drives the lane, bounce pass inside to McCoy.
Oh my.
The senior out of the Berry Islands, Bahamas, Malachi McCoy. 2-2's outscored, just underway.
Playing with some type of injury right there, Malachi McCoy. He's got some type of tape around his hand and around his wrist and around his thumb right there.
Up in Boston over the weekend. My mom celebrated her 84th. We went up to see the Celtics-Lakers game.
Okay, how was that?
Had some courtside seats. It was outstanding.
Oh, my.
LeBron and that whole group from Boston, Tatum and company, Brown. Tremendous game. LeBron with 41.
What isn't LeBron doing for you?
Well, you one day away from him possibly eclipsing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the all-time leading scorer in NBA history.
Man, that's greatness right there. That's greatness. I'm a Hawks fan, and so I know the things he's done to my team.
And I know every player that wears the number 23, as our number 23 does. Felix Gu will all be celebrating with LeBron once he eclipses that number. 3 seconds on the shot clock as the three ball is in the air, and it's good. Maurice Dixon with both field goals to open things up for his squad. And he's got all 5 of his team's points, nearly a steal. Gabriel steps into one, jumps, no good, tips it. Officials allow them to play in the early going.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, right side pass to Maxwell Harris. He drives, tried to get it inside, and Gabriel knocks it out of bounds. This is the 42nd rendition of this rivalry, the Tigers and the Rams, with Benedict holding a 28-13 advantage.
Doing a little early substitution there for Albany State.
Sub off the bench, number 44, Sammy Mike. We talked about him. And our star watch, there's Mike underneath. Euro step inside. That one is blocked from behind and knocked out of bounds. Give the block to Gob Gabriel. Inbound with 12 on the shot clock. Step through. Now the jumper from the perimeter. It's a little strong. Malachi McCoy with a board. Dribble penetration.
Oh my.
Shot up no good. Ball tipped. And controlled by the Rams. Hit a head pass. Wide open underneath. He waited. It didn't matter.
I thought that wait was going to be his mistake right there.
So when you look at this Albany State roster, nobody scores in double figures for their squad, but they've got 6 guys that all score, make that 7 guys that score 7 points or better. Talking about balanced offense, they have it.
So I guess the coach wants them to know that this is not a team game. You can put up 20 and still put up 20 and still lose there.
2 misses in close by Double M. Malachi McCoy. McCoy uncharacteristically missing that one. He leads the conference in field goal shooting percentage at 61%, and the top rebounder as well with 9 a game.
And that's one thing Benedict wants to do is be able to out-rebound these young men today and win the battle on the board. You win the battle on the board, you usually win the game.
Bounce pass to the paint. Malachi McCoy off the dope feed. Beautiful setup and the finish. Marshawn West connecting with him. So McCoy has all 4 of his field goals, and Dixon has all 7 his team's points. Until then, Sammy Mike, the sophomore, 6'9", center of influence for his team. Mike is the 6th leading scorer on the team, averaging 7.3, tied with Javion Johnson. Corner, jumper, rattles out, rebound, and there he is again. That seemed to charge him up. Malachi McCoy with back-to-back field goals. He's got 6 now.
Like we said, we call him Mr. Double-Double for a reason. Flirting with it very early.
In the painted area. West with the defensive stop. We've got the under 16 timeout with 15 on the clock. And the Tigers trailing the Rams by 3 as we get another look.
Marshawn West right there kept running. Marshawn West kept running with the ball. He saw his teammate Malachi McCoy right there lagging behind him and was able to pass the ball to him for an easy one-handed slam.
It's the end of the first 4 minutes plus of action. 5 minutes in. Albany State with a 3-point lead.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck.
It was.
Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Back inside the Benjamin E. Mays HRC Arena, Columbia, South Carolina. Oh man, the pageantry, the excitement, the fun, and it just continues on this Saturday for Alumni Weekend. As Allen is the opponent, they'll be coming across the street for a basketball doubleheader. Looking forward to that one. You can hopefully come by and see it in person. As a defensive stop opens up the second set of basketball action. 9-6 is our score, 14:47 left. The Rams have been in front since the start. Into the corner. Malik Parker, he'll dribble out and set up the offense. 14 on the clock. Kicks it down the right wing. That's an elbow 3. Too strong. Kept alive.
Offensive rebounding here.
From the perimeter. 3 ball. That's too strong. It's headed toward our way. Ball was saved on the right side. But it's actually out of bounds. Yeah, no doubt. As we got substitutions in the bench, off the bench that is, for Coach Artis Maddox. Checking in for the first time. Number 5 is White. And also coming in is Tim Moore.
They're a high flyer.
And then Deshaun Bartley coming in for the first time. My first look at him. Cross-court pass, wide open.
What a pass.
Shot up no good. Ball tipped out near half court. I've been talking about Artis Maddox since the start of this game, but I looked over on the sidelines. His talented assistant is working tonight's game.
Yeah, that's Coach Price. What's it called? Coach Maddox had a couple of family matters to attend to, so he's leaving it to his assistant coach to lead him to victory, which he did against Fort Valley.
Coach Price always comes over and checks on us, usually before the broadcast, as there's a steal. The Rams have it, driving the lane, turning it. It looked like that might have been some steps. So kicked the ball on the far side.
Great job getting back on defense right there, because that could have been an easy bucket for Albany.
Coach Gale ushering somebody to the other side of the floor as now they'll drive. Bartley hands it off. Stepping into one. McCutcheon now right side. Open is Smith. Correction, that was Dixon with that perimeter shot.
That's not what's that, a clear path they call, or just a regular region?
Yeah, there's no clear path in college, unfortunately.
Oh, also no.
That's a good rule, though, to implement in the college game.
Oh!
It's all about the dribble handoff. Now, West losing control of the dribble. It's stolen away by the Rams.
Going there again and trying to be pretty, all these pretty dribble moves.
Simmons, shot attempt no good, rebounded by West. He's got McCoy. Instead goes left side. 3-ball. In the air, no good. Loose ball rebound. Fight for it, Moore and number 23 battling. That's Maddox.
They dapping each other up. Good hustle by both of them.
Jump ball possession, Tigers. Checking out for the Tigers, number 34. Getty of he's replacing Malachi.
Gideon Bunzango coming into the lineup. 6'9" grad student out of the Congo. White with the dribble. He's bumped. Reggie James will pick up the personal foul on that one. So James picking up his second foul. He'll have to have a rest. 3 team fouls now on the Rams. Third in the lineup is Maxwell Harris, 6'4" sophomore out of Loganville. Played for that great Wheeler High School program. He's guarding defensively against number 1 Bartley. Zango finds West, top of the circle. West pocket picked again and then reaches in and commits the foul.
That's those careless turnovers that we're talking about. At least I've heard the phrase "don't dribble too much," and that's what it's been. Three steals off of that alone, just dribbling too much. Now Albany's not stepping into the passing lane. They're not necessarily playing amazing defense. Benedict's just dribbling too much, giving Albany too many chances, allowing them to take the ball. Some great defense here by Marshawn West.
So Tigers, who average 72 points a game with only 6 on the board, nearly 8 minutes in.
Knocking down defensively.
Rams with the basketball with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Top of the circle, they go right side. That's deflected, and a shot clock violation will give the basketball to the Tigers.
That's what you like to call that's what you like to call a seatbelt. Have him in the seatbelt right there. Couldn't have. That was great defense.
Put the restraints on him.
Put the restraints on him. Put the clamps on him.
Maurice Dixon looks over at the clock and says this should be a media timeout, and it is. 12 minutes exactly left in the first half. 3-point game on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm not a millionaire? I'm a millionaire? I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
T. Madden & Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients. Call T. Madden & Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut.
All the scoring in this game thus far have come off the talented hands of Malachi McCoy for the Tigers. Benedict, who trail.
Oh.
Nice look, one-handed look. Bazango.
Oh my goodness, Marshawn West with the Kodak Black tunnel vision.
Lead is down to 1. Largest lead for Albany State has been 5.
Oh. Marshawn West actually was the player of the game last week. Not last week, for the last game against Fort Valley. Trying to get him started again.
Jump ball possession Rams.
So much talent on this Tigers team. A lot of interchangeable parts. Just looking to gel at the right time.
Been a very low-scoring game so far.
Final full week of the season coming up next week. And then they'll get ready as there's a head-to-head pass. It's Moore taking it to the rack. Tim Moore.
Oh, my goodness.
He looked like he's ready for Super Bowl Sunday on that drive. He was not going to be denied. He becomes the second player not named Malachi McCoy to score for the Tigers. And the Tigers have their first lead with just under 11 minutes left in the opening half. They lead by 1. There's a deflection and a steal.
Uh-oh. You know it's coming.
It's a lob.
Oh! I saw the connection they had all the way. Tim and Khalil White were looking at each other the whole time. We knew that was coming. The high flyer, Tim Moore.
Don't want to get the 6th man involved if you're the Rams, as that jump hook almost finds the bottom. Tipped back over to him. He misses the bunny and pulled out by Bozango. Cross-court
another
pass.
one's for the come.
There's the cross-court pass. Hartley driving the lane. Right hand, deflected, gets his own. Out the west to the top. Thought about the shot attempt, and White will back it up. Kylie White, dribble drive, kicks it. Moore, who just knocked down the dunk.
Oh! Tim Moore.
Versatility for the 6'6 junior out of Houston, Texas, Tim Moore. And a timeout is called. 9:36 left to play in the first half. And now the biggest lead for the Tigers after gaining the lead for the first time just a couple of minutes ago. They've extended it to 6.
Gonna get a look at this beautiful pass and beautiful finish by Tim Moore and Khalil White. That's just
started with, I was gonna say, it just started with the steal.
That's great defense right there, like we said in the beginning. Great defense turns into even better offense. Right there, you had a 2-on-1, and it was either gonna be a layup for White or he was gonna throw it up, and so Tim Moore can throw it down. And that's one thing they love that's one thing Benedict loves doing, is getting out in transition and running and they like playing unfair fairly. They love playing unfair fairly in basketball. And they're trying to be there for their coach who couldn't be here for personal reasons. So we just want to extend our love and prayers out to Artis Maddox.
Yeah, Coach, you missed. For sure. Coach Price doing a great job of motivating the youngsters. Young men are definitely performing well. We talked about gelling at just the right time, a lot of new faces. Oh, beautiful move.
Goodness.
Gorgeous move there. As he put him in the spin cycle. And Andy Antoine, the sophomore, 6'9", out of Orlando, Florida. There's a deflection and a steal by the Rams.
Trying to force the ball into places when he had a couple of wide open teammates right there. Forcing a pass is one thing Coach Rice is not trying to see out of his players right now.
Antoine, up and under move, a traveling violation called against the big guy.
He went back to Albany State off that travel.
Andy Antoine picking up the turnover there for the Rams. 8:46 remaining, 4-point game, full court pressure. It's White. Loses control of the dribble. Unfortunately, it goes off the knee of the defender, Davion Johnson. West surveys the defense, gets the high ball screen, drives inside against traffic, puts it off the window, no good, tipped out.
Great
His teammate, there's more. West with another
Oh my
board.
goodness.
West elevates. No whistle on that one other than to say the ball went out of bounds. So 15-11 is our score, 8:15 left to play. Bartley inbound. Goes it over the top. Hands of White. White drives with 10 seconds. Tries to get inside. Bazango grabs it. Powers. Bazango gets it blocked. Goes in another time with 3 seconds. Shot attempt up. Whistle and a foul.
This is a great job. That's one thing we talked about in the beginning of the game is offensive rebounding and rebounding in general. It was just about 4 to 5 offensive rebounds there between Marshawn West and I don't want to butcher his name. But good. We're going to call him the Big G.
We got a timeout on the floor. The under 8 timeout comes with 7:59 left, and it's a 4-point game.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
That spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure. It's wireless. It's something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick Envision 2021. Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable. That's a really tight spot. Don't worry. I used to hate parallel parking. Me too. Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you. All of you.
Bazango at the line. Gideon. First time at the line today.
What is it, Bazango? I just really don't want to mess with his
Bazango,
name.
yes. Gideon Bazango. 50% free throw shooter. Missed the first one. Buries the second one.
First time seeing Calvin McCutcheon today.
McCutcheon on the floor.
Great shutoff defense right there.
The man of the hour, Maurice Dixon. Team off, got it. Scored his team's first 7 points in this game. With every missed shot by the Rams, the Tigers continuing to fortify their position as the #2 field goal shooting percentage defense in the league, allowing opponents just 44% shooting from the floor, 4th in scoring defense, holding opponents to just 67 points a game. This Tiger defense has been ferocious. There's a perimeter shot, another miss. Taken out of there by White. Here he comes.
They're moving fast.
Drives. His float game is good.
My. It's way up there.
Kylie White, 4th player on the scoring column for the Tigers of Benedict, who have their largest lead at 7.
They got White talking to the ref. He's talking to the ref a little bit.
Dribble handoff, left wing corner. Line drive shot, no good. Rebounded on the weak side. That's Dixon operating. Comes over on this side, kicks it up top, and they'll reset their offense with 15 on the shot clock.
Johnson right there.
High pass.
Little too high.
So what did we talk about in that first game? You can't jump in the air and pass the ball. It's the third time we've seen that. Twice now in the men's game and once in the women's game.
Only thing is they cannot hear us over here.
No. But our aura.
Hopefully they can pick it up.
Yeah, the aura comes out there. Jameer Moore, 6'6" grad student out of Miami, couldn't get up high to pull that one down. The pass intended for him from Johnson. On the left wing, they jump it down low for the slam. Malachi McCoy goes to the upper room. McCoy with 8 points, 4 of them emphatically.
That one looked like it was personal.
Underneath, it's Dixon. Tipped up there, could have been an offensive goaltend. And the official, as it's time for another look at that one. It's well worth your moment. Give him his flowers while he's here.
You can see Malachi McCoy that was a great feed by Marshawn West again, and in the face. Get another look at this. Get another look at this dunk right here in a different angle. Thought we were gonna get a good different look here. As you see look at Malachi McCoy. Nobody's paying attention. Everybody paying attention to Marshawn West. And in the face of Andy Antoine. My goodness, Malachi McCoy. Hang that young man up and put him on a poster.
So we had a technical foul while we were looking at the replay. Dixon went to the line and he misfired on the free throw attempt, the technical free throw. 6:09 left, 9-point game. Again, the largest lead for the Tigers is this one at 9 as the crowd somehow continues to file into the Benjamin E. Mays HRC Arena. Miles concerned about my safety, but I play a little basketball. I think I can handle it.
I ain't want you to. My bad. I ain't want to.
Yeah, break into these pencils over here, right?
Yeah, these pencils, man. These some beautiful pencils right here.
Marshawn West into the front court with the right hand. Puts it back in his stronger hand, the left. Looks for help. Goes out on the perimeter to McCutcheon. McCutcheon on the drive. McCutcheon to the house.
Oh!
Trying to dump it off to McCoy. Double M wanted that lob. If he had pulled off a lob from that angle, I know something.
You say you played a little bit of basketball back in your day. What was your game?
I was a distributor. I was a point guard that distributed the basketball. Kind of fashioned myself as a 6-foot Magic Johnson.
You like getting others involved.
Yes. Yeah. And then the guy that came through with a clutch field goal when needed.
You only shot when needed.
Yeah. I wasn't shooting otherwise.
But you could pass that ball like no other.
Yeah, I could drop it. Drop those dimes.
Call you a bank teller, all the dimes you was dropping.
Indeed. 9-point game. Looking to add to it. West has it. Plenty of time on the shot clock as Tim Moore tries to come out to give him a ball screen, then slips inside. Not Tim Moore. That's 23, Felix Gu. So Gu coming out to put the high ball screen. Sets a solid one, which leads to the basket. Gu following up inside. Ball tipped around. Now to hit ahead. Outlet pass. Wofford to the bucket.
Oh.
Taryn Wofford, the 6'4" freshman out of Lithonia.
Lithonia, Georgia.
And Wofford, the freshman. Fresh face. Getting things done. He's number 5 on the steals list is Wofford, so watch him out on the floor, getting into the open floor and making things happen defensively for the Rams. Into the post, it's Dixon once again. Outside he comes. Now with the basketball, that's Parker. Back to Dixon, 7 seconds, 6, 5. Kicking down the perimeter. They got 2 seconds. Shot in the air. Rattles off, no good. Gu with the board.
Great job to keep it away from. I apologize. Tyrion Woodford, I apologize.
Now the drive.
Oh my goodness, too strong.
Fast break to the other end. Count it, and a foul. Oh man. That's Wofford to the basket, the youngster.
Freshman's not afraid to announce himself. Had a little extracurricular activity under the basket right there.
And the official making sure he knows that extracurricular activity happened as we got the under 4 timeout, 3:49 left to play. And this is HBCU League Pass Plus continuing coverage of Benedict Tigers basketball on a Monday evening alongside Miles China. I'm Charles McNeil. We'll be back right after this.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go, why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
It's like a loop machine.
Quick shout out to Davon, our talented statistician, running the stats over from the press table. The free throws up and good. Albany State cutting into the deficit, got it down to 4 as Marshawn West rises and fires. That's a Malachi McCoy goes up and away.
Where did he come from? The rafters?
McCoy electrifying this crowd here. 10 points in the first half for Malachi McCoy. On the season, McCoy starting his 19th game here today. 10.5 points, 9 rebounds, and here we come.
Here comes another one.
There's the lob. Nostradamus is alongside me in the person of Miles China calling that thing out in advance. Malachi McCoy now with 12.
We call him the high flyer.
Three ball to silence the crowd by the youngster. Karen Wofford. Wofford, 8.8 points a game, 2 rebounds and assists. Nearly 2 steals a game for Wofford. Lynch keeps it alive. Gu tips it out to Bartley.
Great job by Gu, just keeping the play alive right there.
Bartley with the rise and fire. Gu nearly coming away with it cleanly. His opposite number pulling that one in. That was Kendon Maddox. Reggie James. No relation to LeBron. On the drive. There's a, oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Let's see if they call it on Gu. No, they called it on West. Looked like West got all ball there. Don't know if we got the replay of that last effort on the part of Malachi McCoy will line it up for you. If not now, at halftime we'll have it for you. There we go. Perimeter shot from the shot went up.
And you can just tell.
You know what's about to come.
Malachi McCoy sped up.
There he is.
He
on
sees the
side.
2-on-1.
And the lob. Look where the lob pass came from, outside the circle.
Nearly came from half court right there.
And look where it's angled. It's headed out, basically out of play. And as the slow motion goes extra slow, we put the super slow on it so you can enjoy all of it. Look at that finish. Well worth your wait. Kendon Maddox. Pelham, Georgia, Pelham High School.
Wonder if he knew Mahogany Randall before they came.
3-point game. Big free throws for Maddox there, the sophomore. And now Seal throwing away. Driving against two.
Oh, a double block.
Gabriel was on the end line when he touched it. So it'll be Rams basketball. So as many dunks as we've had in this game, as many pure highlights we've had, the Rams are only down by 3 inside of 90 seconds left.
And that's because of their defense. That's because of their defense. Outside of Benedict's highlights and great dunks and posters, Benedict hasn't been shooting exceptionally well from the field. And so that's one thing that it's a cheerleader.
She took a shot. She laid it on the line. She's definitely a Tiger. Tiger pride being exhibited. We've got gonna do an adjustment to the clock as well, the shot clock. Put on 25. The ball will be out of bounds to the Rams. Sammy Mike. He's been pretty much under control in this game. Mike, 2 points and 1 rebound. And limited action. And not due to fouls. This coach's discretions thus far.
Maybe coach sees something that, you know, the average eye don't see. He's with these players almost all day, every day.
Again, he's got a number of players that can get it done. That's a nice drive and a finish. Count the basket and an opportunity to go to the line by Johnson to get the old-fashioned three-point play.
That right there, staying with it and following your shot and having great body control right there. And like we said, he has a chance to tie this game up. And like we said, outside of the highlights and the great dunks and posters, Benedict hasn't been shooting exceptionally well. They have had careless turnovers. A lot of their players aren't making shots. A lot of their points have came from the fast break. So Albany State's taking advantage of that.
Three-point play is good by Johnson. JBN Johnson, the junior out of Albany. Stayed right at home. 6-footer.
I'm 6 feet. I should have tried out for the. I should have been a college athlete.
Absolutely. 24 all. 50 seconds left. Gabriel, adept at handling it out on the perimeter. Drives and he's pocket pick. Wofford talked about those 5 steals. Inside. Shot attempt goes up, no good. And that'll do it.
Checking in from the Tigers, number 11.
Buzzer brings in Brandon Smith.
Haven't seen him in a minute.
For the Rams, number 44. Sammy Mike keep replacing number 23.
Brandon Smith averaging 11 points a game. Out of those that played 13 games or more for the Tigers this season, he's their leading scorer. Asante Price not in uniform today.
Foul committed by number 32, Malachi McCoy. Team fifth at the line shooting.
He has the highest average. Played in 12 games, averaging 12 points a game. Maurice Dixon. Oh for 1 at the free throw line.
Checking in for the Rams, number 23, Maddox. Maddox is replacing number 44, Mike.
Mike. Made one and missed one.
Looks like they're going to go for the last shot here.
Inadvertent whistle, or buzzer that is. Shot clock should be off. It's 18 seconds on the game clock. Bazango. And the defender flopped on that one. The referee saw it. Maddox will pick up the personal foul, the sophomore.
Hit the ground very hard for him to be flopping.
Another Class B technical foul for flopping.
Oh, wow.
Another Class B technical foul for flopping against Albany State.
Wow.
Shooting one, Brandon Smith.
First time I've seen that call this season.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a call right there. I've heard the flopping call, but a technical for flopping, Is it the same in college? 2 technicals and you're gone?
Yes. Okay. Brandon Smith coolly buried the free throw there. And Smith's first points. He has the basketball here with 9 seconds. Smith calls his own number. Drives. Smith kicks it out and throws it away. If you're up there, you might as well go and try to pull it in. And that's what Brandon Smith is telling White. I threw it in your direction. At least you could go in and try to get it.
He thought it was tipped.
But again, that's another one of those examples. Jumping
in the air.
Oh, fake and drive with 0.5 left on the clock. We've got a foul. That'll be the 16th foul, which means that they'll be over the limit, I do believe. Yep. Should be.
They're inbounding it.
Well, they're going to inbound. 16 foul. So 7 to get him to the 1-and-1, and you won't have enough. You can catch it on a 0.5, and he does. Release, rotation, no. So a spirited first half on both sides, the Rams and Tigers. The Tigers and Rams battling here at the Benjamin E. Mays HRC Arena. And your halftime score is 25-25. Coach Price will send the Tigers off and get them in the locker room to have some conversations. We bring in Miles China once again. Miles, the band is playing in the background. I know you can barely hear me, but what did you like by the Tigers, and what are some of the things that you would work on in the second half?
One thing I like to see is how they're moving very fast. I like how excited they are. They're moving in transition. They're playing. The defense is great by both sides, but then one thing I want to see different by Benedict is them to settle down and not take the first shot they see. Like I said, a lot of their points came off the fast break and from lobs and layups and even from the free throw line. But I want to see them slow down, get a couple of jump shots, allow your players to get into a rhythm, keep the players in, and just keep playing your style of basketball. You don't have to play anybody else's style of basketball but your own. Just do what you've been doing. That's the reason. It's the reason you're above 500 in these. And I think 3 of your last 4, your only loss coming against Claflin in the CIAA. So if you just calm down, get into your rhythm, get into your offense, I feel like Benedict will be all right in this half, the next half.
I was going to say, I like that thought process because we've seen it so often. The team that gets off to an explosive start, especially in that first few minutes of the second half, can pack a weight when it comes down to the performances down the stretch in a game. And that first 4 minutes, I think, is going to be critical for the Tigers. Coming out of the locker room, a lot of energy still in this crowd. And with what Malachi McCoy has done, I'd like to see him get a few more touches as we look at some of the early numbers. We'll delve deeper into these when we come back. But 6 of 7 field goals for Malachi McCoy, 12 points, 5 rebounds. He's the leading scorer for the Tigers. And your leading scorers are 2 for Albany State. We talked about how their team doesn't have players that scored 10 points or more. Well, Maurice Dixon got off to a fast start. He has 8. And then helping him late in the half was Taryn Wofford. Wofford with 8 points as well. And the halftime score is 25-25. We'll be back in just a few moments with some thoughts, deeper dive into these numbers, and a look ahead to the second half. This is HBCU basketball on Black College Sports Network.
Doc, you mentioned Lincoln and the streak they've been on. They're the winners of 8 consecutive games. So they have not lost in this calendar year. There's only one team that has a consecutive
was a streak and it was 8, but I didn't realize they hadn't lost this calendar year. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, but there's one team out there who has a streak slightly longer than theirs.
I know. Oh, longer?
Yes, right now on the D2 level. On the D2 level. HBCU D2. Let me specify. HBCU D2 women. There's one team that has a longer streak.
Oh, well, that's easy to. Yeah. I mean,
Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. It's our forgotten HBCU on the D2 level. West Virginia State. They're the winners of 9 consecutive women.
Nice. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. I see you, Drew.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Keep
Drew.
that computer churning. I like what you're spitting out.
Great observation there, Drew, about the records in Division II. I want to do a breakdown of looking at people's non-conference later, because that's fascinating when you juxtapose it against Division I, which we know that's a different story, but still, I think it is interesting to look at.
Brian, 11 of the 29 women HBCU programs on January 22nd have double-digit wins.
Nice.
That's over 1/3 have double-digit wins. No one is winless.
Nice. And I still say 20 wins is a mark. I think 20 wins is still an actionable mark that you look at and say,
oh yeah.
That's
I love that 20. I love that 20 win mark. It's still significant, particularly at the Division II level, NIA level. You get to 20. Sometimes at them, they get a chance to get to 25. Really looking good. Right. But at the Division I level, if you can get to 20 wins, you're really doing something. Sometimes that demarcation may need to be closer to 17, 18. But it's something beautiful about that round number when you can put that 20 win mark on it. So I love that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that you brought that up.
And take it one step further, everybody. 15 of the 29 are at 9 wins or better. So over half of our women's programs are at 9 wins or better with 5 weeks remaining in the basketball season.
As I mentioned earlier, with John, you're the executive director of the Celebration Bowl. Just curious, how does one become an executive director of the bowl? I mean, what are the qualifications?
That's a good question, because I still don't know the answer to that. It wasn't really something that I was pursuing. I was chief executive for 100 Black Women of Atlanta, and we actually ran a game, the Atlanta Football Classic, that featured Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Okay.
And when ESPN was looking to launch the bowl game in Atlanta, they reached out to me through the commissioner at that time to have a meeting with them. Okay. And so the conversation sort of led to an offer to join ESPN. And I initially was a little hesitant, but just simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. But I enjoy building things, and I saw this really as a great opportunity to build something institutional for historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, and to put to work at putting us in a space where we aren't as it relates to being with the other bowl games. And although the Celebration Bowl was sort of a legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl, that it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct?
Correct.
Well, you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody or someone actually pitched it to them?
Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time, approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time; they had no name because the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them, but as I tell people, there's a lot of great ideas out there that are in file cabinets and a lot, some in the trash heap, but because it takes three things to actually put something together. It takes an idea, then it takes someone to finance it, then it takes someone to build it. So it's a three-phase. So certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea. And I applaud, ESPN stepping up and saying, hey, we have to finance this. And then, we were fortunate that we were able to come in with our team and actually build it. And so that's why we have what we have today.
That's awesome. The first time that I actually came to the Celebration Bowl was in 2019, and She Say Sports was just taking off, and I was working with BJ Jones and Charles Bishop. They were showing me the ropes, and I was trying to get on Radio Row. I couldn't get there. Something was going on that they stopped it or whatever, but I was amazed at how it was just like, for us, I had never seen that before. And it was a beautiful thing, and you guys have done an amazing job, truly an amazing job. Absolutely. So John, how does the Celebration Bowl continue to stay nimble in the era of television market share and ever-changing landscape? Simply put, how do fans define what is the growth of the Celebration Bowl?
That's a very good question. I like to, I always begin with the end in mind when I'm looking at anything. And the ultimate goal for us was to build a Super Bowl, to build our Super Bowl.
Let's move on to number 2, Howard Bison. Yeah, those Howard Bison are back to play basketball. They're one of the hottest teams out there also with 5 wins, sitting at straight wins, if you would, 12-10, 4-1. Had a major upset at Norfolk State last week, and they continue to roll. 3 first-place votes, 98. They move up 4 spots from number 5 in terms of what's going on this past weekend. So I wanted to make sure you understood that in terms of what took place there. In terms of some of these key matchups. When you look at Morgan State, they lost to Howard, that is sitting at number 2. I wanted to make sure people realize that. 88-56. Now, Morgan State did bounce back and defeat Norfolk State in one way. They pretty much dropped Norfolk State outside of the polls, just to give you some indication there. But guess who's number 1? Maryland Eastern Shore. Hawks. We had I've been for so long, and they probably rolling quietly getting it done. They're sitting at 10-8, 4-1, and they got 4 first-place votes, not ranked, jump in the polls all the way to number 1 with 111 points. They take down Central.
you back inside the Benjamin E. Mays HRC Arena, where the first half highlights were exciting, Miles. A lot of great action on both sides of the floor.
One thing, like I said, a lot of fast breaks, a lot of high flying dunks, especially by Malachi McCoy, who has 12 points at the half, has just about almost as many points as the rest of the Benedict players combined. So, he's doing a great job. But like I said, shooting 11 of 29 from the field. Albany State shooting 9 of 32 from the field and 2 of 13 from 3. So it's going to come down, so you got to make your shots. You got to take smart shots. You can't take the first shot that's available. I understand that you're a shooter. I understand that you're a mid-range guy. But your first shot may not be your best shot. As you can see right here, Khalil White with a floater, which should have been an and one. With the foul on Andy Antoine, we have Calvin McCutcheon right here splitting the defense. Trying to get out to Marshawn West. Marshawn West turns around, gives it to Malachi McCoy for a turnaround poster right there. So it's going to come down to who wants it more, because it's been great defense, like I said. Nobody's shooting particularly well. It's going to come down to who gets in their bag more, as the cool kids like to call it today, whoever gets in their bag more. So it's all going to come down to that. Malachi McCoy in a putback jam. And if Albany State wants to pull out a win, like what did we say in the beginning? Rebounding. Losing the rebounding battle 24-18. And a lot of those rebounds are due to Malachi McCoy as well as Deshaun Bradley. So it's going to come down to who wants it more and who's going to get out there and act like it.
Well, there you have it. Some of the numbers that matter to the Tiger fans out there, also the Rams fans. I know you'd be excited to know that you had 2 players with 8 points in that first half, Maurice Dixon and also Taryn Wofford, each finishing up with 8 combined, 3 rebounds between them. Leading assist man was Malik Parker. He had 3 dimes. He dropped, did not score in the first half, 0 of 6 shooting from there. As a team, they were 9 of 32 shooting, 28.1% field goal shooting percentage for the Rams. 2 of 13, as you mentioned, 15.4% from three-point land, and in free throws is where they had their best performance, 5 of 7, and also doing it by virtue of controlling the basketball, holding on to the basketball for the Rams. Only 7 turnovers. They forced Benedict into 11 turnovers in that first half. Let's check out the adjustments, some of the adjustments that they're looking to make to begin the second half of action. Adjustments so important in this game.
Like you said, man, the adjustments right there.
Yeah, the adjustments by Align for Life, chiropractic, medical therapy, and nutrition in Atlanta, Georgia. McCoy, and more McCoy.
Man, like you said, he got there 12 of the 25 points for Benedict. So, you want to get him more fired up. Even it may not just be dunks, but just getting him to touch the ball. You got to move the ball outside, move the ball inside and out. They're getting inside shots, but shooting 1 of 5 from three-point land is not going to get it done. This is more of a shooting team now. This is a shooting game now, so you got to be able to shoot and protect the paint going inside. It's been a lot of points scored inside by Albany, and a lot of just lazy defense by Benedict. So it's going to come down to that.
Yeah, of their 9 field goals made, 7 of them have been in that painted area. So deadlocked at 25, second half, and the crowd just got a hushed silence as they wait for the first basket scored by Benedict. Tigers with the basketball. Marshawn West outside the arc. Going man-on-man against Wofford. Outside with 5 seconds. Back to West with 4 seconds. Dribble handoff to White, who launches the 3.
That's going to be a hold right there. I saw that one.
So a foul is called on number 21. That'll be a foul committed by Albany State's number 21. That is Andy Antoine. Gu in the lineup, along with Double M, Beidelman, West, and White, the 5 on the floor as they throw it into the backcourt.
Had to get an inbound somehow.
Now the dribble handoff out to West. Wide open look for 3. He's got it.
That was nothing but the bottom of the net.
Marshawn West tickling the twine from distance. 0 for 5 shooting from the floor in that first half. That's his first field goal. Marshawn West on the season.
Did a little bit of everything else, though. He had 4 assists to his name. 2 of those assists coming off beautiful dimes dropped to Malachi McCoy, double M.
There's the floater.
Giving him nickname Eminem.
So 2 baskets in the painted area that time.
What I've noticed that he's doing is he's doing a lot of floaters inside the paint. That's the second floater of the game right there, putting it somewhere where the defense can't reach it.
West with the long range shot, and then White with the inside move. Dixon posting up against Goo. Kicks it out. Now they work around the perimeter. Ball fake. Drive and the kick. Ball deflected, and will be West picking up the personal.
This is that great start that you said at the end, during halftime. It's going to come down to who can do more in the first 4 minutes of the game. And as of right now, Benedict scored 5 unanswered in the first 2 minutes as of right now. So if Benedict continue this, but Benedict's going to have some great momentum. Some great momentum.
Perimeter jump shot in the air. It splashes home. So that's the way to close the gap. Malik Parker, the senior out of Chicago.
Windy City.
Three-point field goal there for Malik Parker. He's their leading scorer, 9.6 a game. And that was Parker's first field goal in 7 attempts.
2 straightaway threes for Benedict.
Brandon Beitelman showing that he can answer. Young man out of Charlotte.
Got a little scuffle right here.
Who is not happy. Coach Price asking the players to come over to have a conversation with them. Now the referees sort things out. 33-25 as they were checking on dinner reservations for later on.
They're just trying to figure out where they're going to eat at.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, Rams have a long drive back
to
Albany.
They want to show them, and the Tigers, they want to welcome them to Columbia, you know, show them some good eats around here. They're just trying to settle out where they're going to eat after this. That's it. That's all.
That's all.
That's all they're doing.
Nothing else. As for Albany, it's a home matchup versus their rival, Fort Valley State, on Saturday, while Benedict faces their rival, Allen University, on Friday for the city bragging rights. In Augusta, we have a game we call the City Classic, when 2 of our top high schools, I call them HBHSs, historically black high schools, Josie and Laney, get together. It's the City Classic. That for you guys is the City Classic when Allen matches up.
That's that school across the street.
That's right. So Beitelman will head to the line with the technical foul assessed against the Rams.
See, they're talking about dinner right now at the center court.
Yep. They're all there together. Do you prefer chicken or steak?
I'm more of a fish guy.
There you go.
This is all HBCU SIAC opponents.
79% free throw shooter. Beitelman burying a pair of free throws as he's on the board with 5 here in the second half after being held scoreless. The junior Brandon Beitelman. And now the Tigers will retain the possession, up by 7. They led by 5 at the break. Just underway, second half. White in the backcourt with Beitelman. Beitelman, one of the elite guards in this conference. 3rd in assists, 7th in free throw shooting. Brandon Beitelman goes out of bounds with the basketball, and that's a turnover. Just as I give him his flowers, he turns it over.
That was great defense right there. Just got the ball, just got his pockets picked.
If we had done an adjustment for the Rams, I would have said make it helter-skelter, meaning just go and attack the ball everywhere it is. Offense, defense, whatever, just attack. I got to be in attack mode as that's a three-point attempt, and Vitalman comes underneath the shooter on that one. Malik Parker commit the personal foul.
I don't know if I particularly agree with that. It looks like he kicked his leg out.
Yeah, you got to give him room to land. Vitalman might have interfered with that space, but I do agree his right leg was extended out in Vitalman's direction.
Looking like Reggie Miller, not prime Reggie Miller, sticking his leg out like that.
Free throw up and good for Parker. Parker. Young man on the season. Came into the game with 172 points. Third on his team in points overall, but based on the number of games he's played, that's how his average is higher than that of Terran Wofford. Wofford's played in all 24 games thus far, averaging just under 9 a game. Vitalman surveys the defense, says go in the post on his side. Brings it all the way up top. Now with 10 seconds on the shot clock, he drives, kicks. White, he launches, and that's blocked by Wofford. So Wofford with those long arms for the freshman, making defensive stops, and a chance to cut the lead down to 1 on this possession. Wofford driving, steps in, didn't like the look, kicks it out to Dixon. Penetrates, kicks it out. Back to Wofford. They'll work the ball around the perimeter. And they knocking that one home. Malik Parker finally heating up as he's got 2 triples. He's got 7 now in a matter of 3 minutes here in the second half. And the lead is down to 1. Vitalman penetrating.
Trying to feed it in to McCoy right there.
So Vitalman turning it over time and time again. Back-to-back turnovers for Vitalman will earn him a spot on the bench. And in to spell him is number 2 for the Tigers. That is it, Calvin McCutcheon. So McCutcheon will have the assignment as the Tigers in a man-to-man defense. Double M guarding Dixon. Turning the corner is Harris. Wofford, jump stop. Puts the shot up, no good. There's a whistle and a foul committed against the Tigers. That foul was assessed against Gould, his second, team's third. And we've got the under-16 timeout, 15:45 left to play. We're here in Columbia, South Carolina with more basketball action right after this.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
Malik Parker with 9 second half points, 2 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 5 from long range, 3 of 3 from the line. Terran Wofford at the line currently. That's his first miss from the line. Wofford with 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal thus far. He also has a blocked shot in this game. He's the stat sheet stuffer supreme, Taryn Wofford, who now has 9. And Maurice Dixon with 8 early points, has yet to score since.
Oh. You can hear the fans not happy with the late call by the referee.
At the line shooting 2, number 2, Calvin McCutcheon.
Sometimes you can let them play, but other times it's
Pompano Beach, Florida zone. Calvin McCutcheon transferred in from the State College of Florida. 6'1" junior. McCutcheon, who averages 4 points a game, 80% free throw shooter, knocked those down.
That's the big G right there.
That's his first, team 4th. At the line shooting 2, number 13, Taryn Wofford.
Wofford, 1 of 2 once again at the line. White. Gabriel rises and fires. That's Gob Gabriel's first field goal in this game. Manchester, New Hampshire, Bradford Christian Academy zone. 6'7" junior.
Trying to get to where his brother is and play some professional basketball. They're leaving the big man open. Oh,
good ball fake.
Move.
Jumper, front iron, no good. Followed up by Dixon and taken out of his hands by Bazango.
Jump ball, possession, Tigers.
That was a hell ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Tigers will take over the possession with 14:35 left. 3-point game. White. Coach Price down in this dance as he watches the offense work. Gabriel comes up short on that one. Dixon with the board.
Barely drew any iron.
Here comes Simmons. Dixon on the dribble handoff. It's Parker. Left side Simmons. Simmons turns the corner. Gets the ball screen. And a blocking foul called against Malachi McCoy.
It's a lot of blocking fouls here.
Looked like he had good position that time.
I'm saying we're not referees though. We're
I mean, it looked like he was right there waiting for the contact.
I'm saying his feet were set. Let's see if the ball lies right here, which it usually never does.
Simmons at the line, playing in his 13th game this season.
Yep.
Averaging 7 points a game, 59% free throw shooter. As a team, they shoot 67%, do the Rams. Dixon will get a blow, as will Parker. Both of those guys checking out. Into the lineup is Jameer Moore, number 24. And number 10 checking in as Javion Johnson.
Ball does not lie.
So Simmons with a pair of misses. The young man out of Plainfield, New Jersey, just down the road from my hometown of Jersey City. About a 25-minute drive.
You know what they say in Jersey. You know what they say about Jersey.
What exit? There's a bounce pass to McCoy. Oh my goodness! The newly named exit 32 for Malachi McCoy. Oh, right back at you. With the scoop to the hoop, Reggie James. Trenton, New Jersey product. 3-ball for Gob Gabriel, so they're raining points. As Gabriel, who had not scored in the first half, waited till nearly halfway through the second to get lit up. He's got 5 in this half. Malachi West continuing to make that Marshawn West watching from the sideline as Malachi McCoy does work out there. Dribble drive. Excellent.
Oh, great body control.
Reggie James with the field goal. So Reggie James. So we got another look. Driving the lane, you can see him come through, wait for the bounce pass, and then come into my poster.
Oh my goodness.
That is the 4th poster dunk of the night for Malachi McCoy. He's done it with the right hand. He's done it with 2 hands. Continuing to shine brightly amongst the stars here in the SIAC East, Malachi McCoy. He has the potential to be, although he's only scoring 10.5 points a game on a squad that has balanced offense, he could very well be the player of the year. I don't think the SIAC has this in their arsenal, but it would be kind of cool to have the player that everyone wants to see, the most outstanding player. You got a 4-point game. 12:38 left. Coach Patrick Gale in his 2nd season at the University of Memphis.
Oh my
Malachi
goodness.
McCoy with a head start.
Oh my goodness, Malachi McCoy. Even the ref has to.
That is his 6th dunk of the game for Malachi McCoy. From the perimeter.
Something to silence the crowd there.
Jameer Moore, the graduate student out of Miami. Turning the corner, rising up, Bartley, no good. Rebounded inside, pulled out of there by Maddox. Reggie James down low, finds his man, and Maddox puts it home.
See, that's what we're saying. It's a lot of highlights, just not a lot of. Benedict's only up by 1 right now.
46-45. 11.5 left. Into the corner, Gob Gabriel. Bartley was fouled on the pass. Reggie James getting it called as we get another look here. We got the timeout on the floor. And let's take another look. The long hit-ahead pass. And our crew just in time to catch the rim rattler. So once again, into your living rooms. cleared for takeoff, Malachi McCoy. That reminded me of my flight coming back from Boston. You know, left Boston on Monday coming back, and the flight, the guy said we're going to experience turbulence when we're in the air. The Rams have experienced a lot of turbulence.
A lot of turbulence.
Yeah.
It's a lot of high flying. I guess they just don't have anybody to jump with Malachi McCoy or Tim Moore.
You often hear it when objects appear to be a lot closer in your rearview mirror. Well, these guys are getting a bird's eye view of it, and these objects, if they have that number on their uniform, number 32, appears louder than you might expect. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a block shot. We just got finished talking about it at the pregame, preparing for this one. Malachi McCoy on January the 14th in Albany, 68-59 the final score. Malachi led the way with a double-double, 18 points and 13 rebounds, but the real story is 9 of 10 field goal shooting percentage. In this game, he's 8 of 9, efficient in his actions. Out of the timeout, Coach Price with the set play. Shot clock at 12. Bartley looks at the defense, goes to Gabriel, left side, Smith, Brandon with 2 seconds left. Bartley doesn't realize it, turns and faces, puts it in the air, and it doesn't touch anything. That's a shot clock violation. So coaches hate that, coming out of timeout.
Not knowing what a shot clock is.
Especially your point guard, they've got to know. So learning experience for Bartley. Deshaun, the junior out of Fort Lauderdale. And Simmons rises up.
Barely drawing the iron.
Here comes Smith. 1 point game. Ton of time remaining. Nearly halfway through the second half. An exciting ball game. Hope you've enjoyed it. This one has all the makings of going right down to the wire. Gob Gabriel rises up and fires. Shot no good into the corner. Simmons with the board. Goes right side in the hands of Parker. Malik. All his points here in the second half. He sizes up McCoy. And he launches. McCoy with another rebound. That's board number 8 for Malachi. 5 on the defensive side. McCoy. Gabriel inside. Off balance. Kicks it out to McCoy. Right side to Smith. Brandon takes contact. Goes in the left wing corner. Gob Gabriel drives. Steps through. Nothing there. Kicks it out. Off the hands of Moore, who rises up, puts up the shot, and he's fouled. Oh, he is fouled on the perimeter by Simmons. Oh, man.
Simmons. That's Simmons first. Team 6. Going to the
16 foul. We'll send Moore to the line when we return. The under 12 timeout comes with 9:33 left. And we got a game for you to enjoy. Stay with us.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado. With a sophisticated high-tech interior,
Open the door.
it's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck.
It was.
Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Shooting 3.
Tim Moore at the line. with 3 free throws ahead of him. Moore with 8 points in the game. First time at the line.
Great way to find a way to get some type of contact right there, instead of a missed possession or empty possession.
So Tim Moore, who only shoots 57% from the charity stripe, 24 of 42 before those 3 attempts. Cooley buried all 3 of them to extend the lead to 4. Backdoor feed. Shot goes in.
My goodness.
That's the sophomore, Taron Walford. His first field goal here in the second half. He's been held to 4 points thus far in the second stanza after 8 in the first half. He's got 12. So 12 for Walford, 8 for Dixon, 4 for James. Gabriel kicks it out. Ball tipped. He gets it back. The floater no good. Malachi McCoy nearly tips it in for another dunk. That would have been dunk number 7. 49-47. Dribble penetration blocked by McCoy. Extra attempt. Lefty layup, no good. Rebounded. Pulled out of there by White. White has McCoy on the right side. He looks. Shake and bake. Lost control of the basketball, and there's a whistle and a foul. That'll go against the youngster.
Only his first, oh wow.
Future looks bright for the Rams with that young man. Taron Walford. Brandon Smith at the line, 73% free throw shooter. He misses that one off the front iron. Smith held to 1 point thus far in this game, as that 3 ball is good. Jameer Moore, both of his field goals have come from long range. He's got 6, and the Rams have a 1 point lead. Benedict 12-5 in the SIAC East.
Oh!
What a move by Moore. Brandon Smith realizing that he can't get too deep in there.
Oh, some great hang time right there.
Yeah, he just floated and just stopped.
Like he just turned off gravity.
Cross-court pass. Wofford. 3 ball, no good. Tipped out. White
Here it comes.
Breakaway. Gives it off to Moore. And look at that young man with the steal. Hit-ahead pass to his teammate. Nobody available on the wing, and McCoy in the wrong place at the wrong time commits the personal foul on Maxwell Harris. That'll be Benedict's 16th foul. So now we have the under 8 timeout with 7:10 left and a 1 point game with the Rams out in front.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
T. Madden & Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden & Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
Taryn Walford credited for just 2 steals in this game, but I think he's got every bit of 4 thus far that we've seen and called.
He's been everywhere.
Rams basketball with a 1-point lead. There's Walford, speaking of the young man, being guarded out there by Beidelman.
Oh, my. Great defense there by Beidelman.
There's a steal by Beidelman. West, pull up, Moore, front iron on that attempt. As Dixon, guarded by
Oh, my.
Malachi.
Oh, too strong. That was a great foul right there.
Dixon underneath.
Oh!
Comes Tim Moore.
Sending that back all the way to Albany State.
The shot was blocked out of bounds. Possession now.
Coach Price talking to Tim Moore, who didn't agree with being taken out at that time. White with the basketball will bring it in the front court. He'll drive between 2 defenders. Go past it. Score. Kylie White. Second field goal here in the second half for him. He's got 6. White with the deflection. Taken back. And the drive. Maxwell Harris. Tipped out by McCoy. McCoy on the right side. Oh, the opportunity was there. All you had to do was toss it to him. Instead, Gob Gabriel for 3.
3 is better than 2.
The square root of 9 is 3, says Gob Gabriel, who buries that one. Transfer from Hill College. He threw that one from the mountaintops to give his team a 6-point lead, and what a run it's been, a 7-0 run. And they were able to get on top. Let's keep it right here, because I tell you, the action is just amazing. We've been witnessed some fantastic basketball today, and there's so much that's going on. You know, this experience is just unique. You're a student here. Speak to what you guys experience inside the Tigers Den.
Inside the Tigers Den, man, it's one of the few places that I've actually seen people enjoy coming to play here. As you said, we're about 6-6 on this court this year, way better last year, but playing on this court right here is very hard. The students, they're loud and in your face. They're, 8-5, 6-6 for the girls, 8-5 for the men. One thing about these players, they're not afraid to talk to you in front of your face. They're going to say you're this, they're going to say you're that. When you airball, they're going to let you know. And like it's been a couple of games that I've been to, when I'm not on air, and it's just it's fun. It's so much fun. It's fun when we win, even when we lose. We're here to the end. One thing about Benedict College here, we're gonna be a family, especially when it comes to sports. Sports bring everybody together. And like I said, these students, they're gonna let you know when you do something, when you mess up. They're gonna call you trash to your face. Like if he would have airballed that, he would have knew.
And not just basketball, it's also football. Fantastic season this year with football, and then you know, you'll support other sports like baseball and softball, track and field, obviously, and you know, the list goes on men's volleyball here tomorrow night against Truett McConnell. I know they'll be packed as well.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be. We just love bragging rights, and one thing we have here is we've always striven to be the best at everything we do, sports-wise, grades-wise. You just want to be able to do, like I said, be the best in everything you do. Like I said, football, we went 11-0. SIAC champions last year. Won SIAC championship against Tuskegee. Lost in the D2 playoffs to Wingate, but you know, still an incredible season nonetheless. Last year, both teams went to the finals. The girls won it all. Coach Rice has 2 rings. The boys ended up falling short to, I do believe, Savannah State. And now the boys here, season ending strong. As the way they're playing, it's going to look like they're going to have their 15th win on the season. And the girls, the season is still early. You never know what can happen in the playoffs. Tennis, I've seen people go to tennis games here. I've gone to tennis games. I've gone to the baseball and softball games. We have a soccer team coming up. And so we just, well, it's about bragging rights. And it's being better than that school across the street. So
at the line is Marshawn West. He knocks down the second one. Deerfield Beach High School represented here. Heavy pressure and a steal by Gabriel, but he's on the sideline with it. The Rams will keep the possession. Gabriel, great anticipation. Man-to-man defense on the inbounds as they get the ball in the front court. Nobody's guarding the ball. Shot in the air, too strong. Dixon with the powerful rebound, getting the ball taken out of his hands that time as Marshawn West in there to yank it. Held ball, the arrow in favor of Albany State. They trail by 7, 4:40 left to play in regulation. Bounce pass into the post. Dixon hits the floor, and that's a turnover. So after Dixon got off to such a, after Dixon got out to such a fast start, he has struggled here lately.
Trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Final
oh my! Oh, a little too hard. Oh! As you see, every time there's a travel, they say you travel, you walk, you took too many steps. Next time you travel, take the BUS.
That's what they'll be on. We saw their luxury motor coach outside.
Oh my goodness.
Tim Moore.
Oh my goodness.
In his bag.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And the iron unkind for Tim Moore. We've got the under 4 timeout. 3:54 left to play. This is HBCU League Pass Plus.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal?
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
It's never too early to.
36 minutes of action has been completed. Now we get down to the stretch run. Got a 7-point game. Tim Moore at the line for the Tigers of Benedict.
Got to get to his two the old-fashioned way.
He is 4 of 4 from the free throw line here in the second half. Transfer from Northwest Tech. Moore rattled that second one off, no good. Moore in this game with 11 points.
Oh.
Moore may have picked up the foul on the perimeter. First foul on Moore. Foul difficulty. Marshawn West has 3. Andy Antoine with 4 personal fouls for Albany State. He's been sitting for quite some time. Reggie James has 3. So West with 3, the only player in foul difficulty. Malachi McCoy with 2. Felix Gu with 2. .58-50. Wofford with long arms and legs guarding Beidelman. Beidelman breaking him down. Kicks it out. The shot clock is not moving. The referee's finally realizing it. It's on this end, it's not moving. On the other side, it's down to 11. So
oh, okay.
We had an issue. Going to call both teams to their respective sidelines while they get the shot clock fixed. Give us a chance to go through some of the numbers for you. Important numbers. We talked about the adjustments made, and the Tigers taking full advantage of it, getting the ball inside and then out. 30 points in the paint for the Tigers in this game. 22 for Albany State. 25-19 is the number on bench points belonging to the Tigers as well. Fast break points, 18-10 is the number. Points off turnovers, Benedict with 10, ASU with 8. Remember, our halftime score was 25-25. Since then, a 32-25 run here in the second half. As right now, the score sitting right there at 57-50 means that the squad from Benedict shooting 42.9% from the field, 35.7 three-point land, and free throws 10 of 13 in the game, nearly 77%. For Albany State, they've been held in check to just 31% from the field on 17 of 54 shooting from the field, 6 of 12 from long range. That's 28.6%. And they've missed 6 free throws. 10 of 16 is the number, 62.5%.
So with about 3:25 left in this game, it's never too late for a comeback. But Albany State, what they need to do is they're getting out-rebounded and they're committing dumb fouls, putting Benedict on the line. Because if you look at it, the past couple minutes, Benedict hasn't been getting their points from pure scoring. It's been coming from the free throw line. And Albany State's committing, I don't want to say stupid fouls, but there's no reason. If you see him going up, you know, if you have to move out the way, you move out the way. If he makes it, he makes it. If he doesn't, if he makes it, you live with it. It's still time. It's 3:24 left. Albany State just has to calm down, but I'm not banking on it. They don't.
Well, again, just to reiterate what we talked about earlier, this is the 42nd matchup between these two. The Tigers have dominated the series 28-13 thus far, but the Rams have that Ram pride as well, and they're looking to make a charge down the stretch. Malik Parker would be one that you'd expect to step in. As we talked to you guys about it in the onset, they have 6 players, make that 7 players with 7 points or more average. Nobody has more than 9.6 average per game scoring-wise. So anybody is a likely, prospect to get hot down the stretch and make this game a lot closer, as we're still having clock operation issues. As they'll put cycling through everything. And I think it's going to reset here in just a little bit. Black College Sports Network coverage of Tiger basketball continues thanks to our friends at HBCU League Pass Plus and our sponsors that you've heard throughout the game, their commercials as well as their names recognized. Benedict looking for their 15th victory, 13th in the SIAC. Trying to move closer to Savannah State. They sent both the teams back on the floor. 3:44 left. Shot clock still has not been adjusted. Still has 30 on both sides. But 3:44 is what they put back on the clock. 8-point game. And 11 on the shot clock as they inbound to Beidelman in the backcourt. Wofford guarded by Beidelman, who had the left move. Now Wofford has it. Make that West. Goes cross court to Moore. Moore shoots with no time on the clock, and that's a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation, possession, Rams.
Oh, what a steal.
Oh, and Tim Moore on the floor, back the other way. Nice dribble, handoff to Dixon. That's Dixon's first field goal in the second half. He has 10. Officially, they've got him down with one field goal here in the second half, so give him 12. Front court,
like it's a lot
wing, three. Rattles off, no good. McCoy with another board. White has it, off to Beidelman. 2:40 left to play. Front court, White rises up. Shot is strong. Didn't need the quick shot.
If anything you want to do, you want to waste some clock here.
Wofford outside the arc looking for somebody, goes to Dixon. Dixon being guarded by Malachi, goes left side. Open look for Malik.
Great job right there.
Beidelman into the front court. Looks up at the shot clock, 22 on it. West.
It's a little wild pass right there.
Off to Moore. There it goes. Execution to perfection. Oh, the shot is no good. McCoy tips it to himself, but can't pull it in as Dixon comes back to haul in the board. Acceleration to the basket.
Oh, great tip away.
Moore. Moore with the defensive stand of the game right there. He was locked in. Somehow had the presence of mind while all that hurting and jerking was going on to tip the ball away. He deflected it out of bounds. Last touch by the Rams, and it's Tiger basketball. 1:43 left. We got substitutions in the game now. McCutcheon comes in for literally the stretch run. He's been sitting for quite some time as he'll run the point duties for Beidelman. Smith on the opposite side from McCutcheon. Now the dribble handle. Wow. That was amazing. Got to take another look at it. The fans are stunned. We'll come back to that as you see the end. We'll come back in our highlight package to conclude this one. 1:12 left, 58-52. Tim Moore, as many dunks as we've had, is now Wofford stopped. Return to Cinder. Dixon, side, the whistle, and a foul committed as the Tigers are ferocious on their home floor. Maurice Dixon at the line. Got a 5-point game, still just a 2-possession game, despite the electrifying plays that we've seen in this one. This crowd is ready to explode. If the Tigers can hold on to the victory, this will be very gratifying for the Tiger Nation. Free throw by Dixon, up and down. He has 12 now. 58-54, 4-point game. Dribble, drive, and now the kick. Marshawn West. West, second.
Oh my goodness.
The game.
That's a steal.
There's a steal. Marshawn West drives. West gives it off. Oh, Malachi misses it. West misses it. So 2 misses with 32.5 seconds left. A 3-possession game, 61-54 after all the big-time dunks we've had in this one. 2 missed layups from point-blank range.
Oh my goodness.
White guarding Parker.
Steal.
And there's a steal by West. West, you don't need to hold on to it. Now he's looking right side. There he goes. More. Well, and we talked about adjustments. We talked about more, and more, but we were talking about Malachi. Instead, we got more from more.
Oh my goodness, from more.
Oh my gosh.
This is ridiculous. Have yourself a nut, young man.
Uh-oh, it's Wofford.
Oh my gosh. With the rejection.
11 seconds left. Hit a head pass, and that'll do it.
Oh my goodness.
63-54
oh my
your
goodness.
final score. And that'll do it. The Tigers sweep the series against Albany, and they prevail in this one in Albany on January the 14th. Your final score was 68-59. This one, your final score is 63-54 in favor of your favorite Tigers, the Benedict Tigers. As it's time for us to, as we take a look at some of the plays that matter to you in this contest. Sensational activities. As you can see, HBCU basketball is unbelievable. The Tiger Nation celebrating the spoils of victory. And plays like this, Miles, call it.
Oh, that's one of those. You can't even put a price on that one. Tim Moore gave us more and more of that electrifying. My goodness.
Now, I don't know what the total number of dunks was or what the over-under in dunks were if you were on DraftKings, but it was every bit of 12 to 13 dunks we saw in this game as we see a cavalcade of highlights, including moves like that you don't see every day. The Tigers explosive in their offensive game, and they work so well without the basketball. Players get it, and then they find a way to finish at the rim. Coach Maddox, I know wherever you are, you're enjoying this activity by your team here tonight. Coach Price doing a wonderful job. I see Asante Price in street clothes. I know he wished he was a part of this. And there it is. Tremendous plays time and time again. And just explosive moves. They've got the set plays. They work them out. And that one right there is a thing of beauty as we had multiple angles on it. and other plays as the alma mater. And more and more. This is just the complete highlight look as with this victory, the Tigers improved to 15-9, 13-5 in the SIAC. And Marshawn West, Malachi McCoy. Special thanks to Davon, who has hooked us up with stats throughout the day, and the Tiger players who have given me many memories to carry back to Augusta, Georgia with me as we get a chance to visit with Coach Price here in a little bit, or one of the stars of the game. As we'll bring over Coach Price and get a chance to talk with him. So what a game, what energy, what excitement. Bring Coach Price in right now, and the band starts to chime. We'll go through some of the numbers for you. Malachi McCoy with 16 points and 10 rebounds, 2 assists. He had a block shot in the game. He was our leading scorer. Tim Moore, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Tim with a steal and 2 block shots in the game. Those are your 2 double-digit scores. Gob Gabriel had 8 points and 6 rebounds. He had 1 assist and 1 block shot as well. And your other scorers in this game included Kylie White
they gonna talk?
with 6 points, 2 assists.
You interview me? Or no?
Along with a steal as well. And Coach, I know you can probably barely hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, I hear you just fine. Good. Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate that.
Let's start with your game plan coming into this game. What were you trying to execute from the start?
I knew that they knew that we were going down low a lot. He's a very good coach. So I just wanted to try to counter some of the things that we did well last week and try to come with something new, because we got a lot of weapons and we never know who's going to be the guy to step up. It's not like we got 1 or 2 players that are leading the conference and score. All of our guys can score, so it just depends on who night it is.
Yeah, you got the ball in the hands of some of your outstanding players in that first half. I looked at some of the guys going back to the first half of play, and when you look back at that first half of basketball, it was 25 all. It seemed like we dominated the first half despite the fact that the game was tied. What did you tell the fellas in the locker room?
I told them in the locker room, just turnovers. We kept turning the ball over, and you can't turn the ball over. I don't care who you're playing. We're trying to be one of the top teams in the conference, and good teams don't turn the ball over, and good teams rebound. So it's just my message at halftime, and just to tell those guys to just wake up and make sure we secure the ball, take care of the ball, don't turn it over. But more importantly, when we get good stops on the defensive end, close the possessions out with a rebound.
In the second half, you got a chance to witness it because you got them attacking the basket. One of my key adjustments that we put on screen was more, and more. Not thinking it was going to be Tim Moore, but Malachi McCoy, thinking he was going to be the one. And he did some things in the second half, but Tim Moore just took over.
Yeah, man, just energy and effort. Like, especially with those 2 guys, I think they're 2 of the most athletic forwards in the entire conference, probably the country. So when those 2 are on the floor, I like to think that they're the most athletic players. So I think that we should get every rebound, and I think we should be able to run the floor, and you'll see it is exciting with dunks and just getting the crowd involved. And we fed off the crowd energy as well. So we appreciate all the fans, the students, the alumni for coming out and support us tonight.
Yeah, the band as well.
Yeah, the band as well. They did a great job. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, when we can hear for sure, we're visiting with Coach Price. Fantastic victory. I'm so excited about it. You know, I don't know what the total number of dunks were. It seemed like you had a dunk meter going at one point. Folks were counting out numbers and running out on the floor. My broadcast partner left his position and ran out there one time. It was like an N1 mixtape.
Right.
Is that what you see at practice every day? I mean, is it?
We see some of the best in practice when they're competing with each other, and we tell those guys how y'all compete with each other, because one of Coach Mattis's thing is iron sharpens iron, and we got a lot of good players. So we had some of the best competition is when we're playing in practice, but we're just trying to get them, and instead of competing with each other like that, we got to make sure we compete with other teams like we compete with each other.
And you had a couple of guys that were out in this game. You were playing somewhat shorthanded, or you would have more numbers out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Speak to that. You know, when you have to make that adjustment, especially down the home stretch, you're just a few games left in the regular season before the conference tournament, and you're trying to get that positioning so you stay in that number 2 spot all by yourself.
Right. Well, it's next man up mentality. Like I said, every guy's at practice, so everybody's getting the same amount of reps. When your numbers call, you just got to be ready to produce. And some of the guys were able to do that today, so I'm definitely proud of those guys that stepped up.
Well, let's talk about your leaders. Malachi McCoy, 16 points, 10 rebounds, Mr. Double-Double. He does it again and continues to shine brightly for the Tigers.
Right. Malachi, man, that's my guy, man. He's big on the energy and effort, and he's what kept us centered in the first half. And he's one of the captains on the team, so he was kind of sentiment in the things I was speaking at halftime, to encouraging the guys, being a good leader. So a lot of times they feed off his energy because he's always going to give you maximum effort. That's one thing about Malachi, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like he's one of my favorite players of all time that I ever coached.
Coach, you shot 23 of 56 from the floor as a team, 41%. They shot 30%, which is even better because when you looked at the numbers for our team coming in, we're one of the top field goal percentage defensive teams in the conference.
Right.
Number 2 currently, holding opponents to 44%. You held them well better than that.
Yeah. Speaking on that, guys it's just about getting dialed in and staying with our principles and staying disciplined on the defensive end. We had a good scouting report. If the guys pay attention, when myself and Coach Maddox put up the scouting report, it's pretty much dead on. So if guys just dial in, pay attention to the scouting report, we'll be just fine. And that's what we preach every day in practice.
Yeah, number 4 in scoring defense in the league as well, holding opponents to 67 points a game. This team came in scoring 62. You held them 5 beneath that as well, with 57 on the board. And you've got to be, with 50 points, actually, you held them 12 below their scoring average on the season, and 17 below your average as well. So there's some fantastic efforts. I've got my sheets all over the place here. 54 points was the total number in the game. But 54 is still eight better than what they do on the season.
Absolutely.
And again, one of those things that you guys locked down. And was it the 6th man that helped propel this, or what were you seeing overall?
We feed off that energy because sometimes our guys, and I tell them, we gotta have energy and effort, and sometimes they feed off the crowd. So that energy that the crowd gave us, that the band gave us, like you just spoke about, we were able to feed off of that and be able to make some good decisions.
All right, final question I have for you coaches. You guys prepare. You've got a few days off, and then Saturday, you know what it is. It's I call it the City Classic.
Yeah.
And you guys and Allen get together in your building.
Right.
And I got some good news for you in case you hadn't heard. Savannah State lost tonight.
Oh, wow.
Morehouse.
Oh, that's awesome.
71-70 was the final score.
Yeah, so we should be able to take first place, but what we do is we take it one practice at a time and one game at a time. So that's our focus to the guys, because just like Morehouse beat Savannah State, if we don't play the right way, a team can come in and beat us. That's why we always have to be locked in. We have to be dialed in, and that's one thing that we preach to our guys, because every team in this conference is good from top to bottom. I don't care who they are. Any team can beat any team on any given night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, thanks a lot, Coach. I know you'll have them ready. The game time is 1 and 3 coming up on Saturday. We want the alumni to come out and support. It's also senior day as well, so make sure you make your way over to the Benjamin E. Mays HRC Arena this coming Saturday, and also tomorrow for Benedict Tiger fans. Come in for men's volleyball as well at 6 p.m.
Absolutely. We appreciate all the fans and alumni, and especially the band that came out to support us, and go Tigers.
I know you have a shout out quickly for Coach Maddox as well.
Oh yeah, we've been doing that as a team. We definitely got to send out a shout out to Coach Maddox. That's why I wanted to make sure I mentioned him in the interview as well. He's like my brother. I've been knowing Coach Maddox for a long time. I talked to him before the game. He probably gonna get on me. I was so mad at halftime. I forgot I was supposed to check his text messages to give me some keys.
Yeah.
I was so mad at those guys. I kind of went in there and just wanted to motivate them. So definitely shout out to Coach Maddox and his family, his lovely wife Leslie, who lost her mother. Definitely our prayers are with her. So.
Okay, and our thoughts and prayers are with her as well. Thanks again and congratulations. We'll see you Saturday.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. That closes things out. Appreciate Coach as well. Fantastic effort on the part of the Benedict Tigers, who reigned supreme in this one. They won by 9, 63-54 was their final score, led by the talents of Malachi McCoy with 16 points and 10 rebounds, and Tim Moore with 13 points, including 2 big highlight dunks down the stretch, 5 rebounds to go along with it. On the other side for Albany State, they dipped to 7-17 on the season, 7-11 in conference play, now 5-9 on the road, while Benedict improves to 9-5 at home. The leading scorers for Albany State was Maurice Dixon. He had 14 points, and Taryn Walford, the talented freshman, with 10 points of his own. So we'll be back with you coming up on Saturday right here against Allen for bragging rights to the city of Columbia. It's Allen, it's Benedict and Allen right here inside the Benjamin E. Mays HRC. So from our broadcast partner, Miles China, and for the hardworking men and women working this crew, including our talented director,